You want to know why behaviors are getting worse before they get better when you're working with little ones? Stick around. Howdy, y'all. So tell me if this has happened to you before. You're working with a very challenging student. They're displaying a lot of challenging behaviors that are disruptive to the classroom. And you look at the behavior and you decide why that child might be doing this. And with every good intention, you put in some very strategic things to help decrease this challenging behavior. And you are diligent and you are consistent. But then you see that the behaviors start to go up. Why does this happen? Well, many times when students are exhibiting a specific behavior and they get comfortable using that behavior, it's functioning in a certain way, okay? So it's motivated by something that is driving that kiddo to engage in that behavior. They don't want to let that go. They don't want to lose that motivation to stop engaging in that behavior. And so when you, as an educator, put in specific strategies to help decrease the behavior, some kiddos resist. They go, wait a minute, you're putting this in place, this wasn't here before, you're up in the ante, you know what, I see you and I raise you. So they start to increase the behavior even further to see if it will still get that need met or that function met. Okay, so for example, if you've got a student that likes to avoid tasks and say they go underneath the desk when you give them something that they don't like to do, and you put certain strategies in place like, hey, Anissa, if you will do this and finish this to problem number 10, then you can have a 5-minute brain break. And some of your students might respond really well to this, going, oh, okay, so instead of filling out this whole thing that I don't like, that I'm trying to avoid, my behavior of going underneath the desk is motivated by the need to escape the task. Teacher's going to offer me just doing a little bit of work and then I get a brain break. Sounds great. Most kids might respond well to this. But then you have a few that go, wait a minute. No, you're going to offer me this? That's not what we typically do. Usually I go under the desk and then you say come out and then I say no, no, no. And then you say please come out and I say no, no, no. And then you say I'm going to call the principal and you say no, no, no. And we have this song and dance. Teacher, you are changing the rules on me. So I think I'm going to up the ante and I might go under the desk, say no, no, no. You're going to show me that I'm going to earn a break. And then I'm going to get really mad because you're changing our routine. So behaviorists and behavior analysts like myself call this an extinction burst, which basically means you are trying to put that challenging behavior on extinction. Okay, it has nothing to do with dinosaurs. It means you want to make that behavior extinct. You want to take the power and the motivation out of that behavior that that child is using for something. Again, it could be to escape or avoid something. It could be to gain attention. It could be for sensory or access to more internal sensory type of input. Okay, or it might be to access something that they want. So regardless of the function, when you put certain strategies in place to help take the power out of that behavior and put that behavior on extinction, aka get rid of it, okay, we might see what's called an extinction burst, which means, again, that kiddo goes, wait a minute, you're changing the rules on me. You're trying to make me not want to engage in that behavior, and I'm going to resist you, and it's going to get bigger, and it's going to get maybe more prominent. Okay, again, what goes up, it might go up a lot, but that is temporary, okay? That is temporary. It's that initial resistance that a child might give, again, when you are changing the rules and you are putting things in place, like changing the antecedents, what happens before the behavior occurs, or changing the consequences, what happens after. Okay, most kids don't like change. They like everything to stay status quo. So again, steer the course. Be consistent with what you're doing and let your data drive your decision making. If you're putting some things in place and you're super consistent for several weeks and things are not getting better, then maybe we go to plan B. But if you're seeing that, yes, there was a spike, but now those challenging behaviors are starting to come down, and whatever that more appropriate replacement behavior is that you're teaching that child is starting to go up, you are doing it right. You are doing a great job. So, if this has happened to you before, and believe me, it has happened to me quite a bit, don't stop your intervention. You have to kind of ride the storm, you have to steer the course, and be consistent. Because if you feel like that child is motivated to engage in those behaviors for a certain reason, and you're putting strategies in place to help support that reason and help decrease that challenging behavior, while at the same time teaching another desired behavior, steer the course. Behaviors did not just occur overnight, so they're not going to disappear overnight. We have to be consistent. What goes up typically comes down, right? Law of gravity, law of behavior too. What goes up can come down. So don't give up. Be consistent. Be consistent across that setting, across that subject, wherever that child is engaging in those behaviors. Take your data. I know that's a dirty 4-letter D word, but I say it all the time. Take your data to see, okay, this kiddo might have been going under the desk 4 times a day, and now we're at 3, and now we're at once a day, and now we're at maybe once or twice a week. In your mind, you might see, oh gosh, that kiddo's still going under the desk, but your data is showing a decrease in challenging behavior. So what you are doing is working. Keep it up. Stay the course. You got this.